How you doing, folks? Scott here with Dorsten Custom Firearms, and I'm coming at you today with a little bit different subject than what I usually do. Usually I concentrate on how-to stuff and give little tips and tricks, but today, it's the National Walkout Day, protesting against gun violence in schools. And I've seen a lot of videos out there of people taking personal responsibility for themselves and destroying their AR-15s. And I think that's fantastic. I think if a person feels that they are a danger to society and they should not have an AR-15, that they should take responsibility for themselves and destroy that AR-15. And I support this movement. So today I'm going to destroy my AR-15 in support of that movement. Now, I'm not just going to go straight to it. I'm going to kind of give a tutorial for people that are looking to do this, and so that you do it legally and safely. There's been several out there where they really didn't do it legally or safely, and I don't want to be one of those people, and I want to show people how to do it the legal and safe way. Okay, so this is my personal AR-15. I've had it for quite a while. It wasn't purchased recently like a lot of the ones you see people destroying on the internet. This one has been in my gun safe for quite a while. I have not killed anybody with it. The gun hasn't killed anybody. So I think I've been lucky so far. But I don't want it to kill anybody. So, I'm going to show you how to destroy one of these safely and legally. So the first step we got to do is we got to make sure the gun's unloaded, okay? And we do that by ejecting the magazine. And yeah, see, the magazine had rounds in it. Now, this is one of those evil 30-round magazines that, not a lot of people need. Fortunately, I never have to justify needing something. If I want it, I buy it. So that's, that's that. Okay, the second step, okay, we need to make sure the gun doesn't have a round in the chamber. And that's very simple. All you do is pull back on the charging handle. This is this portion of the gun back here. Pull it back. You can lock the bolt back so it's in a rearward position. Okay, nothing came out, so I don't believe it was loaded. But I have to visually inspect the chamber, and yes, the chamber is empty. Okay, so now we know the gun is unloaded and does not have a round in the chamber. So we are safe to proceed at this point. All right. Now, let's close that. Okay. Now, a lot of people have been destroying their AR-15s by cutting the barrel off. Now, that is highly illegal, because if you cut a barrel down below, on a rifle, below 16.5 inches, you've made a short barrel rifle, and if you don't file the proper paperwork for that through the ATF, and you have to pay a tax stamp, get fingerprinted, I mean, there's a whole long process, very detailed process. If you don't do that process and you cut the barrel down, you have committed a felony by creating a short barrel rifle. Not only that, it does not destroy the gun. And that's what we're going for right now. We're destroying the gun. Because honestly, all you have to do is replace the barrel and the gas tube, and the gun's back in service. And we don't want that. We want to take this out of society forever. Okay? So, what is the proper way to do it? Well, first you're going to separate the gun into its two major components. It's called the upper receiver and the lower receiver. Now, you'll see there's a pin back here and there's a pin up here. Okay? You pop these out. There's one there, and the gun starts to come apart like that. Okay? Pop the front one out, and the gun comes apart. Now you have two components to the gun. Okay, this is the upper, this is the lower. Now, from a legal standpoint, this is the gun. This is the portion that has the serial number on it. Okay, I've covered it up here for security purposes, but right here where this piece of tape is, if you can see it, okay, that's where the serial number is. Now, to destroy the gun, you know, this is where you want to make your cuts. Okay? So, first let's do the upper real quick. The upper is going to be easy. Now the upper has components in it, like it has the bolt carrier group, okay? And you want to destroy the bolt carrier group and the upper receiver. So what I recommend is making your cut right about here. Okay? You see the marks right there? You make your cut right there in the middle. It's going to cut through the upper receiver, and it's going to cut through the bolt, rendering both of the parts completely useless. Okay? So that, I mean, that takes away a major component of the firearm. All right. Now, the lower. We really need to be careful here. Okay? Because even just cutting this part up, which again, this is the serialized portion of the firearm. Okay? If you cut it in the wrong place, you've committed another felony. And that place is right here where the serial number is. If you cut through the serial number, you've destroyed part of the serial number, and that's a felony as well, because you're removing a serial number from a firearm. And the ATF does not like that at all. Okay? So, how do you destroy it and not commit a felony? Okay, very simple. One, I would make my cut right here. Okay? You cut through all that section there. You're going to cut through the trigger group, and you're going to cut the gun right in half. Okay? So it's going to destroy the trigger portion area. You're really not going to be able to get that back together unless you're a highly skilled aluminum welder. I mean, it would take quite a bit to get that back into production properly. Now, the magazine well, that's this section here. Again, we have the serial number right here. So if you're going to cut this section, I recommend doing it right along here. Okay, you can see that right there. All right. Now, that way you're not cutting the serial number, because again, you cut the serial number, you've committed a felony. Okay, but you're cutting more of the gun off. Okay, so the last portion that I would cut is right through here. Okay, right through that section right there. Okay, and that cuts the buffer tube section off, and now you've got it cut into 3 sections. You're not going to get the gun back together after that, and you know it'll render the gun completely useless. Okay, so you're going to want to do 3 to 4 cuts to make the major parts, functioning parts of the gun, useless. Now, the barrel, I don't recommend cutting barrels at all, just because even if you take the barrel off the gun, it's still a rifle length barrel, and if you cut it too short, if you cut it below the 16 inches, that is allowed by law, if you cut it below that, you've committed a felony, so don't do that. All right. So, again, this is a personal choice, and I support people's personal choices to do with whatever they want with their personal property, okay? As long as it's legal and not harming other people. I mean, if you're going to take it and you're going to go shoot up a place, that's not legal and that's not okay. But, you know, if you feel that you're a danger to society, and that you should not have an AR-15, I encourage you to cut it up, okay? And this is the legal way to do it, okay? It's not the only way to destroy one of these, but that's going to be the fastest way to destroy it, and it's going to be the way to where nobody else is ever going to be able to use it, okay? So I'm going to put the gun back together so that I can destroy it my way. Okay. Now again, all of that is the legal way to destroy it. Now if you cut through that serial number, like I said, you can do that, but again, you have to file a special paperwork with the ATF that you're destroying a firearm, and they have to know that the gun is no longer in existence. It's another drawn-out process. You usually have to be an FFL in order to do that. So, you know, don't cut that serial number. Leave the serial number alone, cut around it, cut it into other pieces, and you're going to stay legal, okay? I don't want people going to jail just because they cut their gun up the wrong way. Okay, again, personal responsibility. You need to make sure you're being responsible in every way. You've already said that you're a danger to society and you shouldn't have an AR-15. Now you need to make sure you dispose of it in a legal manner, okay? So, my AR-15 is back together, and now I'm going to start the process of destroying it. And that process is simple. I'm going to load up a magazine, and I'm going to keep shooting it at the range. I might take it varmint hunting, because in Colorado, where I'm at now, you can't hunt big game with this. The round isn't powerful enough. It's not big enough, it's not powerful enough to legally take deer-sized game and stuff like that. You know, you want to do a humane kill when you're hunting. So this round just isn't going to do it. So I can't go big game hunting with it, you know, deer and such, but I can go after coyotes, rabbits, badgers, wolf. Well, not wolf, we don't have wolf here. Foxes, you know, stuff like that. Prairie dogs, a lot of people like to shoot prairie dogs. So I'm going to keep doing those type of activities. I'm going to shoot it at the range. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. And with God's grace, it's going to die an old, worn out piece of aluminum that I've had a lot of fun with without ever doing harm to anybody. That's how I'm going to destroy my AR-15. Through years and years and years of happy fun use. I encourage you to make the decision that's right for you. If you feel that you're a danger to society and you cannot be trusted with a firearm, I encourage you to destroy your firearm. Just follow my simple steps and make sure you do it the legal manner. I hope this has been helpful to you. I really support this movement of people taking personal responsibility, saying that they're not safe with their guns and they should get rid of them. I agree with that. You know, that's your personal property. I agree that you should do what you feel is necessary. You know, even if you just got that gun a couple days ago, which, you know, judging by some of the videos I've seen, yeah, some of those guns were brand new. They just got them. You can usually tell because a lot of them didn't have sights on them or rear sights. You know, there's not a mark on it. I mean, you can see mine's got, you know, scratches and dings and, you know, especially the EOTech here. I mean, that's got all kinds of marks on it. You know, this has been mine for years, and I'm going to destroy it. It's going to be a long, arduous process. And you know, I'm going to be sad when it's gone. But the beauty of it is that it'll never harm anybody. Ever. So, this has been Scott with Dorsten Custom Firearms. I hope you've enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like and share this video. I mean, share it as much as you can to get the word out of the safe and proper way to destroy your AR-15. Because you know what? Nobody needs them. But thankfully, we have God-given, constitutionally guaranteed rights. It's where I don't have to show a need. I simply want to own one. And that's all there is to it. I'll see you next time. Take care.